You're listening to the Beer Coasters Podcast, the #1 self-absorbed beer show. From coast to coast, and every once in a while, in between.
Hey, I'm Dylan, brewer at Cape Ann Brewery, and you're listening to the Beer Coasters.
My name is Charles Finkel, and I'm the founder and the president of the Pike Brewing Company here in Seattle. I'm glad to be on the Beer Coasters.
Blah, 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 I'm a beer, damn it!
What's up, everybody? This is the Beer Coasters Podcast, an entirely self-absorbed beer show devoted to bringing you the best and worst in mostly American craft beer from coast to coast and every once in a while in between. Or we're not doing that anymore. Well, whatever. We're coast to coast and we drink beer. And this week is the Honey episode. For the fermentation conversation, I wasn't able to find this beer. Unfortunately, it was only available in the Orange County. So unless you're a one percenter, you ain't getting it in Southern California. But it is the Dogfish Head. It's the Dogfish Head Birra Etrusca Bronze. And if Toby or Mike will hold up their beer, they'll show you what it looks like. So there it is. Not your typical looking Dogfish label, so don't look for like pastel colors with a little fish on it, because that ain't going to be what you're looking for. But we are drinking some other beers. Toby, what do you got?
I have the Big Sky Summer Honey Ale to fit in with our honey theme.
Yeah? Yeah.
Fancy.
Mike. What about you, Mikey?
I'm gonna try a beer from a night called BT,
BT?
and not
Is there
like B as in Buzzy B and T as in tea time, T for two.
Oh, I'm gonna be drinking miso honey from Belching Beaver. So I'm gonna have fun with that.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Belching Beaver.
So I know you guys want to drink some beer, and I want to
ready
drink some
to
beer
drink.
soon. So let's do it.
This is a fermentation conversation. Yeah.
This beer is from Dogfish Head Brewing Company. The website is www.dogfish.com. This is part of it's a limited series. This is part of their Ancient Ale series. This is also a collaboration between two other Italian breweries, which, oddly enough, I'm going to be trying on an upcoming show.
Oh, that's right.
The Italian version of this beer. And I think that I want to say the Italian brewers are, is it Del Borgo?
Del Borgo and Baladin.
And Baladin. Yeah. So this beer is
They analyze.
the ABV is 8.5%. I have no idea what the IBUs are. They use a boatload of different honeys. They use where is it? There's a bunch of honeys listed over here somewhere. Here we go. Italian chestnut honey, Delaware white honey, and clover honey. And they also use hazelnut flour, heirloom wheat, myrrh.
Myrrh?
I can't even read.
Like
Yeah.
Merca?
half of this stuff.
Merca?
Myrrh.
Gentian root, raisins, pomegranate juice, and pomegranates.
Yeah.
Beeswax
So-
and honey. Oh no, they
Yeah,
got the
and
recipe
more honey,
on
and a little bit
chemical
of honey, and then a
botanical
little.
evidence of tree
honey.
resins, beeswax and honey. Whole pomegranates. Well, yeah, grapes. All right, ancient ales. Let's do it.
Oh, and
Alright,
2
I'm
raw
gonna crack
malted
it.
barley.
Oh yeah, and just like a handful of hops is what they said.
A handful of whole flower hops are added, but the bulk of the bitterness comes from the gentian root and the sarsaparilla like Ethiopian myrrh resin.
Sarsaparilla!
No, but actually, they analyzed drinking vessels that were found in 2,800-year-old Etruscan tombs.
Etrusca.
Etruscan.
Holy effervescence!
Yeah, from a foot
Mine
away, I'm
just,
getting some sort
I
of
got like a ginger ale.
Oh yeah. Whew.
On the nose, and this is kind of a loosely based category. It's just it's like an herb spiced beer category, but we kind of consider this one of the ancient ales, right, guys?
Sure. It's got myrrh in it.
So the color is it almost has like a plum kind of color, but more, I guess, on the copper side. And I started off with
like,
maybe like a half finger of head, and now it's just down to a film.
Yeah, it's like hinting towards the copper, but it's not quite.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dark color.
I on the nose, I'm just getting just a potpourri of just of aromas I don't even know what they are. I'm just
It just smells a lot.
I mean, it smells like a potpourri.
I'm getting
There's
like a
just-
ripe banana and some
Yeah.
dark fruits, almost like
Yeah.
like date, almost like figs.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like it could be
There's
little
some sort of
boozy.
like a kind of cloviness, and yeah, there is some sort of boozy something.
kind of spices. I'm not sure if I get that hazelnut nuttiness in here. I'm hoping there's some in the flavor.
There is a kind of a honey type of there's a sort of a little bit of a doughiness in there, so there's kind of like a honey dough.
Taking a sip, yeah.
Surprisingly, finishes dry.
Wow, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. Yeah, it finished, but in the middle I got like some in there, like quite a bit of sweetness, and then dried up. It's like I get the malt character, and then it gets a fruit sweet, and then it dries
Yeah.
up.
Maybe some dark cherries, and then the aftertaste, it's kind of like apple skin.
I still get some of that figginess there. Almost
Yeah, it
it's
kind
like
of-
a fig alcohol kind of, almost like if there's like a fig type cordial. I don't know if there is one, but
It's like if you take some of the flavors you get out of a barley wine and then just dry it up and kind of thin it out a little bit, because it has that dark fruit
yeah.
and booziness that you get from a barley wine, but it's not super heavy, it's very light and
Yeah, you think it's gonna be heavy when you take a sip, but it does kind of dry up on you fairly quickly.
yeah.
And from what I've heard and so far, any beers that I've had that actually have used honey, that's what honey seems to or tends to do with
Right.
dry it up. And you'd think you'd get some kind of like that honeycomb kind of residual sweetness, but the sweetness isn't honey-like to me. It's more of some other kind of fruit. It's a hell of an interesting combination, though.
Yeah, and going back on the nose, you get those more of the herbs and stuff, and there's this woodiness, almost like a stick or
Yeah.
a bark or something like that on the nose.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely a woodiness to it, without having that, rich barrel agey kind of woodiness.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder what would happen if you if you did barrel age this, or did this rest on some sort of?
I honestly
of a
think it
wood?
might muck it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
What about food pairings, guys?
I think this would be really good with Italian food.
I'm actually going to go way out on a limb here and say, well, the first thing I thought of was like a not really a lemon sorbet, but some sort of lemony dessert. I don't know why. I just think like the tartness from of some sort of like lemon, something like that might play well, and there might be some interesting back and forth with this. But
Yeah, for me, I'm thinking like a chicken piccata.
yeah,
'Cause you
something
get that,
creamy.
You get the lemon, you get the lemon in there. They use capers and stuff too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, now I'm thinking like some sort of
I think
grilled fish with lemon.
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, for some reason I think lemon, some sort of lemon citrusy thing, I think would go good.
It's interesting for sure.
Dave, you need to be sipping this so you can give us a food print.
I
I'm
know,
really interested.
man.
Yeah.
I really want to know what you think.
Well, Untapped comes in at 3.66 out of 10,434 ratings. The top 3 places to drink this beer is Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, of course, in Milton, Delaware. The Beer Club headquarters in New Westminster, British Columbia. And also the Dogfish Head Brewing, I think that's the little R&D brewery in
Brewing
Rehoboth Beach.
and Eats.
Or as
Rehoboth.
Crazy Dave likes to Kaboth.
Imperial Stormtroopers.
And
and it has 20 IBUs, according to Untapped.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And the Beer Advocate users rate this an 84, which is good. There you
Untapped
have it,
is
folks.
also calling it a gruit, and I've actually seen a
Gruit?
couple of gruits from some
Gruit?
other
Gruit?
craft breweries.
Groot!
Yeah,
Groot!
and I don't think we've done a gruit show.
Oh. Ancient herb.
All right,
ale,
folks. Well, there you have it. That's the Dogfish Head Birra Etrusca. Whatever. Etrusca. It's not Russian, right? It's Italian. Etrusca. Yeah, you got to move. You have to move your hands, So anyhow, check
Yeah,
out
all our listeners can see
all
us.
our Italian listeners, yeah, or our
See
YouTube
Dave
viewers.
move his hand.
So, everybody, check out our website. It's www.beercoasterspodcast.com. You can listen to us on iTunes and check us out like you maybe are right now on YouTube on the Beer Coasters
On
Podcast.
YouTube.
On the YouTube.
On YouTube.